Hello. In today's segment, we will talk about the difference between T2 and T2 star. I recently had a student to ask me if I could simplify the difference between T2 and T2 star with an analogy, and here it is.
T2 versus T2 star, the track team analogy. Before going straight into the analogy, let's first start with what is T2 relaxation. T2 relaxation is the true transverse relaxation time. It reflects how quickly the MRI signal decays in the transverse plane due to spin-spin interactions between hydrogen nuclei. It is caused by microscopic interactions between nearby spins, represents intrinsic tissue properties measured using the spin echo pulse sequences. The 180-degree refocusing pulse corrects the magnetic field inhomogeneities and is always longer than T2 star. Clinical takeaway: T2 images are excellent for showing pathology and fluid, edema, inflammation, cerebrospinal fluid appears bright. T2 star relaxation. T2 star relaxation is the observed transverse relaxation that includes the true T2 decay plus signal loss from magnetic field inhomogeneities. Sources of inhomogeneities include imperfections in the main magnetic field, B0, magnetic susceptibility differences between air, bone, metal, and blood products, measured with the gradient echo pulse sequence. T2 star always decays faster than T2. Clinical takeaway: T2 star is very sensitive to blood products, iron, calcium, and metal, making it ideal for hemorrhage, microbleeds, trauma, and SWI. Now we are going to take a closer look at explaining T2 versus T2 star using the track team analogy. We are now going to identify each element of the analogy. Each runner in this analogy represents the magnetic moments of different hydrogen atoms. The track represents the magnetic field, and the lanes will represent the precessional path. Blowing of the first whistle represents the excitation radiofrequency pulse. Blowing of the second whistle plus the coach represents the 180-degree refocusing pulse. The crack, weed, and other obstacles represents inhomogeneities. T2 relaxation is the natural fatigue of the runners in this analogy. The runners line up evenly in phase, one to each lane for practice. The coach blows the whistle and all runners start out strong and in sync around the path. Over time, some runners naturally get tired. They slowly fall out of sync, out of phase, out of rhythm because of natural fatigue. Nothing external interferes, just the runners themselves become tired. What this represents? T2 relaxation is the natural laws of signal caused by interactions between the spins themselves, spin-spin interactions. Even though the runner slows down, the track representing the magnetic field is smooth and fair. Let's imagine midway the coach comes out, blows his whistle again, having the runners to turn around and run back to start. This turn around represents the 180-degree refocusing pulse. The runners race back to the starting point, i.e., the z-axis equilibrium. On their way back, the runners in the back will be in the front, and the ones in the front will be in the back, due to distance between them at this point and the start line. Over time, if the runners continue to run at the same speed as they did in the beginning of the race, they will be back in phase or in sync as they go back to the start or the z-axis. Now, let's compare this analogy to T2 star, fatigue plus obstacles. Once again, imagine the same runners, but this time the track has uneven lanes, cracks, weeds, and potholes, and the runners also experience crosswinds, random obstacles on the field. The runners still get tired, T2 effects, but now they also are beginning to be thrown off by the environment. They lose rhythm much faster. What this represents, T2 star. T2 star includes the natural T2 decay plus external magnetic field imperfections and susceptibility effects. So, in summary, for T2 spin echo, the coach steps in halfway through the race and realigns the runners. This is the 180-degree refocusing pulse, correcting environmental issues. T2 star, which is the gradient echo, you have no coach, no corrections, the runners scatter quickly.
I hope you found this video helpful. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. If there is an MRI topic that you would like for me to simplify, please post it in the comments below. Until next time. Please feel free to connect with us on any of our social media platforms.